All right, welcome to the video. So this is going to be another short decode. I originally intended to post this before the previous one, however, I guess this is just kind of the order it ended up being in. And I'm going to be going over a video which I previously decoded, however, in light of some new revelation, I'm just going to be going over this again, and I think I'm going to be owing Raw Repent an apology for doubting his theory about the equilux, but we'll touch on that in a little bit. Before we get started here, I'll just read a quick and simple gospel. John 3:16, For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. And that's all you have to do. All you have to do is believe. It doesn't matter how good of a person you are, how often you go to church or give to charity. As long as you believe in him, you're saved. And there's nothing that you can do to be unsaved. And that's all that matters. It's not you. It's nothing. None of it is you, and all of it is him. That's all there is to that. But yeah, I'll be going over this video very quickly. As I said before, I did do a previous decode, so I recommend going back and looking at that. But in this one, I'll just try and cover everything that I missed, and particularly the important parts. So it's pretty well just about this old man who's going on a journey here on a train, and so the train is numbered 1901. I believe this is some sort of scrambled date, as there's no matter how you looked at it, 19th month, first month, 91st day, and even in reverse, it doesn't quite make sense. So I believe this is a scrambled date, and if we looked at our calendar that we're looking at here, you could probably place this as this whole CGI film is revolves around the moon. So the moon sliver is probably our most likely calendar to look at. So you'd probably just be looking at 11/9 on the moon sliver. That's not really in our target area, so we're not going to really worry about that too much. We're going to be focusing on the very obvious stuff. So he gets on the train here. As I mentioned before in the previous video, you have the XX. This could be 1010, or it could be pointing towards the old Roman calendar New Year here, so 11, which could also be 1010 if you just add the zeros in. So the train takes off here. So he's looking at this book here, and there's a few things that I missed from this book previously, and we'll touch on it here. So there's the moon clock there, which you'll see later. And this is the important page here. So this is supposed to be a full moon, but as I said before, you'll see something that's kind of hidden in plain sight within this video. So you have the geysers here, and I looked up this for myself, but the moon does not in fact have geysers. So what's going on with that? We'll talk about that later. And then you have boom here for seemingly no reason. However, if you've read 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3, that I feel is what that's alluding to. So we'll just carry on here. He puts his ticket down, and we can glean something from his ticket here. So I think it shows it up a little closer here. But yeah, let's pause right there. So we got 384, 400. So we'll go over to a little note here. 384, 400. So if we keep the 3 and compress everything else, we end up with 316, so March 16th. And that falls right in the area that we're looking at. Me, Raw Repent, and I believe Brother Dane is looking around this area as well. So that fits the prediction there. So you got the 316, as in John 3:16. So he looks out the window here, and there's 3 trains heading this way, and then you have 4 kind of like looks like a shooting star heading the other direction here. So this moon phase right now, we're not going to talk about that too much. The trains could symbolize the church, the church departing, going to heaven, and then you have the sudden destruction coming, if these were missiles of such as the church is departing. And then the 3 trains could symbolize the Trinity. You have the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. That's what that could be symbolizing there. So as we're departing, sudden destruction is coming. And I'll just go to that verse if you're not familiar with it. 1 Thessalonians 5, Verse 3, For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So this comes just as the day of the Lord or tribulation arrives, or just before it. So that's a very important verse. So he falls out here and he lands on this platform. And there's this kind of crescent moon. And then you have 3 stars. There's quite a bit of 3 symbolism within this, which kind of lends to the third month March theory that we're looking at. So he makes his way up here, and another kind of 4 steps arrive. So going back here, I believe a lot of the moon stuff in this video is to throw you off of something very important, which I missed and we're going to cover, but there's 24 steps here and then another 4 up here, so that would be 28. So what is the significance of 28 with the moon? Let's go 28 days moon. So the moon takes about 28 days to rotate on its axis and orbit the sun. So, which is why some calendars use a 28-day lunar month. So there's your significance with the 28 steps there. That can just be a lunar month. And he heads up there. And you have this moon clock with all the phases of the moon on here. And what's showing you here is the door opening on the third quarter, appears to be a third quarter moon, lit on the left side. But what I have come to believe is really being shown here is the equilux, which is the point in the year where you have equal parts day, equal parts night. So we'll just go to that right now. So I used Jerusalem, Israel, as an example here, but we go down to the 16th and 17th. And right between the 16th and the 17th, you have the point where you don't see it here, but between these 2 days is the point where it is equal part day and equal part night. I think this is very significant, and it kind of illustrates the wheats and the tares, the believers and the unbelievers, the righteous and the unrighteous. It's a very symbolic, I think, point in the year. But I think that's kind of the importance of that. But I believe that's what's being shown there, not the third quarter moon, but the equilux. And we'll just keep watching. And one other thing you may have noticed is that everything's purple. I covered this in a previous video, but the time period we're looking at right now has a blue and blood moon, the blood pi moon, which is on March 14th. It's blue on the old Roman calendar. So the significance of that is you have the blue and red when combined is purple. So you'll see that in a lot of videos. Whenever they show you purple, that's the blue blood moon that they're showing you. So the rapture door opens on the equilux, and the old man goes in, and he's raptured up. And here we get to the interesting part in the video. Well, interesting for me. So we got the blue here again, blue moon, symbolism, and he's going around here, and you would think this is the moon. You would think from the theme of this video that this would be the moon, and if it's like the half moon here. They're showing you the third quarter moon, which you would think that's what they're showing you, but he goes along here, and they have these geysers, and I kept thinking like, the moon doesn't have geysers. I wonder if the sun has geysers, if that's kind of the significance they're showing us here. So here we go. Geysers on the sun. While the sun doesn't have geysers in the same way Earth does, it does experience similar phenomena called spicules. I don't know if I said that right. Which are essentially geyser-like eruptions of plasma from the sun's surface. So that's exactly what they're showing you here. So even though you think you're seeing the moon, what they're showing you is like half of a sun. So what does that represent? That just falls right in line with the March equilux theory. So he's looking at, like, you think it's half a moon, but it's half the sun. So that's, and then at the end they show you the real moon phase in this short bit, which seems for no reason here, but it comes around, and that's the real moon phase of the equilux, which is right in this area here. That would be the full moon. So that's really what they're showing you. And then this is the sun, although you don't realize it. And then there's 3 blue lines in the background again, like the rule of 3 theme, which could be again pointing towards March. 3 stars in the background. So he arrives at his destination here, and you have this kind of like spun around awkward clock here. So you have like the 12 is down here and the 6 is up here, so it's upside down for some reason. There could be something to that. Someone smarter than I could figure that out. Could have something to do with the 2 lampstands, maybe. But the time is 3, and then it looks like 26. So 3:26. I'm going to assume that would represent the March 26 on the Gregorian calendar. And yeah, that's what that could be. But you got the green theme here for the St. Patrick's Day, which is right around this area here. So the green's very reoccurring. He has the green. He has like a red patch on his other shoulder for some reason, which could just represent the blood moon. So you got the red door here. And then you have the 3 main colors, which we keep getting shown: blue for blue moon, red for blood moon, and then green for St. Patrick's Day. And then he steps out here, and he's really, really kind of taken aback. And this could be kind of alluding to that sudden destruction, or something along the lines of that. Because everything looks very desolate, so that could be what they're kind of hinting at here. And then he looks up and he sees the earth, but it really just kind of looks like a blue circle, so maybe that could just be another blue moon hint. But yeah, that's pretty well all the video. Again, kind of like the purple theme in the back. But yeah, that's kind of the salient point I took away from that, is what they were showing you was not in fact likely the moon, but it was the sun. And showing you 50% of a sun definitely alludes to that equilux, which is going to be occurring towards the 16th to the 17th. Well, that's in Jerusalem, but yeah, that's pretty well what I got from the video, and yeah, tune in for some more decodes. Thanks for watching. God bless, and like, share, subscribe, tell your friends.